Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we help you understand the confusing world of big business, and today we're looking at BioXcel Therapeutics and what sounds like some pretty interesting research they're putting out. So BioXcel Therapeutics just announced some news on August 6, 2025 about a study they published in a science journal called Frontiers in Pharmacology. This study had a pretty long title about how a compound called dexmedetomidine can affect stress-related behaviors. Now, dexmedetomidine is the active ingredient in their product called BXCL501, and it seems like they've been testing it in lab studies, not on people yet, to see how it handles stress. What's really interesting here is that their findings suggest BXCL501 might not just help with sudden outbursts of agitation, but could also be useful for long-term stress problems. Let's dive into what they found in these lab studies. First, they saw that dexmedetomidine was stronger and worked better than other similar drugs like clonidine, lofexidine, or guanfacine in their tests. It's like comparing a strong coffee to a weaker one for getting you going, you could say. They also found that when they gave dexmedetomidine, it significantly reduced how the subjects reacted to stress, whether it was a one-time stress or stress that happened over and over again. This means it seems to work well even with ongoing stress. And it wasn't just a fluke in one kind of test. They saw these good effects across different ways of testing stress, which makes the results more reliable. This next part is super important for anyone thinking about taking a medicine regularly. They found that dexmedetomidine seemed to work just as well, even if given multiple times, maybe even daily, and importantly, there were no bad effects when they stopped giving it. That's a big deal because some medicines can cause problems when you stop them. Another key finding is that when they used the right amounts of dexmedetomidine, it didn't mess with movement or thinking ability compared to drugs like diazepam or scopolamine. This means it might offer stress relief without making you clumsy or confused, which is exactly what you want. And as a bonus, it also seemed to have a good effect on sleep patterns, which is often disrupted by stress. So putting it all together, these results really boost the idea of how BXCL501 works and suggest it could be a good option for a wide range of stress-related problems, not just the short-term agitation they might be already looking at. This is all really positive news for BioXcel Therapeutics as they continue to develop their therapies. But it's important to note that the report was signed off by Richard Steinhardt, who is their Chief Financial Officer. Now, what does this all mean for BioXcel Therapeutics? While the report itself doesn't contain financial tables, it is a very positive announcement regarding their research and development, specifically their drug BXCL501, which contains dexmedetomidine. This compound shows significant promise in early studies for managing stress-related behaviors and diseases. The findings are particularly encouraging because dexmedetomidine appears to be more potent and effective than other similar drugs, and importantly shows no negative side effects like impaired motor function or cognitive issues when used at appropriate doses. The lack of withdrawal effects and positive impact on sleep are also major advantages, suggesting it could be a well-tolerated treatment for chronic stress conditions and not just acute agitation. This research solidifies the scientific basis for BXCL501's proposed benefits and positions the company well in the pharmaceutical space, especially in the growing market for mental health and neurological treatments. The company's focus on developing solutions for stress-related disorders is a strong strategic direction, given the widespread impact of stress on public health. Of course, as with all pharmaceutical research, early-stage findings need to be validated through further clinical trials involving human subjects. However, strong early results presented here are a significant de-risking event for the company and its investors. The company's progress in developing BXCL501 positions them to potentially address unmet needs in the treatment of various psychiatric and neurological conditions, where stress plays a significant role. This could translate into substantial market opportunities and a positive impact on patient lives. BioXcel Therapeutics seems to be making smart moves by investing in research that has broad applicability and strong scientific backing. Their commitment to rigorous testing and transparent reporting, as evidenced by this filing, suggests a mature and focused approach to drug development. I think BioXcel Therapeutics is on a promising path with BXCL501. The scientific data presented is robust and suggests a potential breakthrough in treating stress-related conditions without the common drawbacks of existing medications. While we'll need to see human trial data, the foundation laid by this publication is very strong. Alright, that's our breakdown of BioXcel Therapeutics' latest announcement. What's your take on these findings and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.